Another problem I see that has happened to me is everyone is so nice to you all the time. It's like you're living in a fake reality. What has happened so many times is I know people are just altering their personalities to try to get my approval, and I'm just not about it. I really don't care what anyone thinks because a lot of attractive people that are gorgeous and hot as follow me, so...
Ladies and gentlemen, today's gonna be a hard watch. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about a nice looking timepiece. You're about to see something that's gonna make you question your faith in the future of humanity. Okay, well maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it is bad. Now we've seen a lot of TikTokers on this channel who have made it abundantly clear that they fully believe that they are the center of the entire universe. That what they say is fact no matter what, and they are more important than everybody else out there. Now normally, these people are identified by doing things like going out and pulling quote pranks that are better identified as felonies, or going into public and being a general nuisance in the name of content, or, in the case of today's video, going onto TikTok and proclaiming that your life is harder than everybody else's because you're so pretty. This TikToker by the name of Bethany Bocci, I'm not sure, recently went kind of viral for making a TikTok stating that if you are an attractive person, you can't be friends with ugly people. I'm seriously not joking here, guys. I'm quoting the video. She says that you can't be friends with ugly people because they're only going to see how well people treat you because you're attractive, which is in turn going to make them try and find out every little thing wrong with you to use against you. She says that only other attractive people can understand this struggle, so you have to band together with pretty people, otherwise your ugly friends will try and sabotage you. She continues to say it took her a long time to realize how attractive she was and to learn about this phenomenon, and that now everything makes sense. She says it's so tiring being around ugly people because all they do is compare themselves to you, and all they want to do is complain, when in reality, she always has bigger problems, and that people that are ugly never have real problems. I'm seriously not joking. These are words that came out of a human being's mouth. If you want to watch the entire thing and listen to her babble about it for 5 minutes, go to her TikTok page, because that's not the video we're going to be watching today. We're going to be watching the video that she followed this up with, where she talks about for 8.5 minutes how hard it is to be an attractive person in the modern world. Getting through this one's going to take some real strength, guys, so I'd recommend taking a personal moment and just really preparing yourself for 8 minutes of nothing but narcissistic whining. It's pretty bad. You'll see. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
So all the ugly people in my last video clearly did not get the message. What is this? What is this? So I'm gonna tell you, for all the ugly people who will never experience it, what it's like to be attractive. But there are a couple things I want to go over first that were misconceived. So first off, I make a video about how attractive people literally get crapped on all the time by people trying to humble them. And what are my comments full of? You're mid, you're mid, you're mid.
Alright, so I'm not going to comment on a stranger's appearance because I'm not weird, but I feel like this interaction really sets the tone for the video, saying that a person commenting on your appearance in a way that you don't like can only be them trying to go out of their way and humble you. I mean, you're going to go on to say that attractiveness is subjective, but I guess not for you, because that's what it sounds like you're saying here.
I was on a f***ing walk. I was sweaty. You think I give a shit if you're thinking about me? No.
Yeah, that seems pretty likely considering you made a 9-minute response video based around this comment. If you dedicate a video that probably took you like an hour to record with all these cuts to a comment, then yeah, you probably do care about what that person's saying. Just like I care about what you're saying because I think it's dangerous, and that's why I decided to make this video. Normally, people don't go out of their way to respond to somebody if they don't care about what they said.
My life experience has proven time and time and time again, I'm way above average. And for the people who are like, fix your acne, fix your... I'm 18. I'm 18 and I can't afford a dermatologist. So sorry. For all the people who are trying to turn it around on me and being like, you're such a bully. How can you call people ugly? Who am I calling ugly?
Wow, okay, this style of talking is not really easy on the ears, but just because you're not like singling a person out and calling them ugly does not mean that these blanket statements are not harmful. To say that conventionally ugly people cannot be friends with conventionally attractive people because all they want to do is bring them down, yeah, it doesn't matter if you're calling out a single person.
I don't remember calling anyone ugly. Ugliness is subjective. If you took offense to that, that means that you think you're ugly. Being ugly goes way beyond the surface world. It's a personality trait, babes.
There is absolutely no way this woman just said that. Have we heard of the concept of self-awareness?
But back to the problems. So the comment was saying, Cope, being attractive is heaven on earth. Just because you are attractive, it doesn't mean bad things don't happen to you. Yes, there are a lot of advantages I have, but people completely take out the accountability of that you have a past. or you're struggling with something and your problems are always overlooked, no one will take you seriously. Ever. You're just expected to just be pretty all the time.
Yeah, no, that's not true. So this is a very immature mindset. I'm not trying to act like this person's elder or anything, but this is a very high school-esque mindset, which makes sense because in high school, it is a lot about what you look like, what you wear, what you can afford. But no, nobody's saying that because you're attractive, you don't have issues or problems. I mean, have you ever seen how we coddle celebrities who tend to be attractive? Every little issue and inconvenience is a news article and we're meant to feel bad for them. Meanwhile, normal people don't get that same treatment. What I think is really happening here, and I'm not trying to be mean, but this woman does not have a very pleasant personality. So I think people just don't care about her problems because she acts like this to other people. If I knew this person in real life, I would not care about their problems. It has nothing to do with looks.
And yes, I get a lot of advantages, but there is a huge price I have to pay because of that. I'm 5'1". I'm 110 pounds. I am paranoid as every single time I go out for a walk. I am constantly looking over my shoulder 24/7. I have been followed so many times. People have attempted to kidnap me.
Alright, so look, we're getting into some sensitive territory here, and I'm not here to say what may or may not have happened to this woman. However, I will say that I'm a little bit reluctant to believe that this woman has had multiple attempted kidnappings tried on her. I mean, seriously, that's something that's pretty crazy to just throw out and then giggle about. I don't know.
I've been SA'd so much. Like, I went for a walk, and it was literally a mile. I was walking a mile to a friend's house. 4 people started following me. 4 people. A dude was literally on his bike, high as off of something. I don't know what the on. But he would not leave me alone. And what do I do? Where does that leave me? Listen, I'm just saying, if you're 400 pounds and you're ugly as you don't have that struggle. You don't have that worry.
Alright, so right here is where we go from like dumb teenage mindset that you would expect someone to grow out of to like genuinely insane damaging things. Seriously? You think if someone is ugly to you, they don't have these sorts of issues? That these crimes will just never be committed against them? That's insane. Like, it's hard to put into words how disgusting of a mindset this is. That as long as you're not a supermodel, you don't have to have this worry. It's scary to see how many people seem to not think whatsoever before they start speaking.
Another problem I see that a lot of attractive people, the trap that they struggle with, that I've seen countless times, it has happened to me, is everyone is so nice to you all the time. It's like you're living in a fake reality where everyone's just like not real with you ever. They always have a hidden agenda. They're always whatever. But you get so used to people being overly nice to you that when you see a person that you're attracted to and they do not like you at all, that's the person you want to go for.
I mean, this is what we're dealing with here, people. This person genuinely has the mindset of a 14-year-old. People are just way too nice to me. I want the mean boys. I mean, come on, grow up. Stuff like this makes me think we might want to raise the voting age. I mean, notice how there's been no real problems discussed. I mean, obviously the last thing she talked about was pretty serious, but the way she views that, her mindset on that, I'm still not really sure what to say about it. But this video is basically boiling down to, oh, people are too nice to me. Nobody listens to my problems. Again, I don't think that has anything to do with looks.
Because you're like, wow, this person isn't fazed by my physical appearance. They're acting as if they don't give 2 f**ks about me.
Alright, again, not talking about anybody's attractiveness here, but can you imagine walking around with this kind of ego? That you truly think everyone around you is just waiting to kiss your feet because you're so beautiful? That nobody can talk to you normally because they're just absolutely enamored by your looks? I mean, come on.
I'm kind of interested in that. Maybe they'll like me for my actual personality. And so a lot of attractive people end up getting into these abusive relationships. Because they don't care about your personality. They're just a piece of attractive people get in the most toxic relationships. And the toxic person will just kind of go along with it because, you know, you're attractive. You're a trophy. you want to be seen with the attractive person, obviously.
All right, so this person hasn't quite learned that anecdotal evidence is not really valid evidence. I'm assuming this person's been in some bad relationships and now they're trying to extrapolate that onto the entire planet. I mean, seriously, all these claims this woman is making are completely baseless. I mean, look, I understand that people mature at different rates, but this woman's inability to see that some of these problems might be caused by her personality and not because every person on the planet thinks she's the most beautiful woman to ever exist is pretty insane. And to also not be able to realize that not everyone has the same experiences and life as she does is even more insane.
I do not want someone to be with me because of my appearance. What has happened so many times is I know people are just altering their personalities to try to get my approval, and I'm just not about it. Like, I want the person that I'm with, I want to be attracted to them, and I want them to be attracted to me. But it has to go deeper than that. And that is so hard to find, where it's like ugly people, they're vibing, man.
All right, I'm really starting to doubt that this woman is even 18 years old. So apparently, according to her, ugly people don't have real meaningful relationships. There's never an actual deep connection. I mean, what are you talking about? I don't think you should have access to the internet.
Another one of my comments was like, oh, boo-hoo, people are mean to you because you're pretty. So hard. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Growing up, I was not in a healthy home environment. I was very isolated. I didn't have any knowledge. I was very naive to how people were and to how the entire world worked.
Yeah, as children generally are.
And so I feel so bad for my childhood self. I feel so bad for her because she was such a sweetheart. And people were complete holes, constantly trying to tear her down. Constantly using her, constantly just wanting to be around her just because of the name that followed Bethany.
Am I watching like a monologue from a teen drama? Is she auditioning for something? I'm sorry, but you've got to chill out. I don't know who this person thinks they are. First off, I thought people were too nice to you. Now they're too mean to you. They just want to be friends with you because of the name that follows. I mean, seriously, you've got to calm down just a little bit. I mean, we're talking about what? 10-year-olds here? You're talking about your childhood self? These diabolical 5th graders who are walking all over you? I mean, come on. Stop trying to dramatize your life.
No one liked me for me. I didn't have actual friends of people who genuinely cared and checked in on me and asked me questions about my personality, about my life. No, that didn't exist to me. It is not fun being attractive sometimes. I love being attractive, but growing up, it wasn't fun because I would give someone a compliment and this is how they would react. No, don't say that. You're pretty. I'm ugly. I don't look like you.
Oh, your poor little heart, boo-hoo. You mean when you were in middle school, people fished for compliments? And they didn't fall at your knees thanking you for the compliment you gave them? You poor soul. Are you serious? Is this person real? Is this like a government experiment? What is happening? There's no way this person is an adult. There's no way. Nobody sits around in their room thinking about stuff like this, right? Right?
It hurt. It hurt. This was a 7-minute video. A 7-minute video. And I barely scratched the surface of issues that I have dealt with being a very attractive person who is very naturally seductive and naturally charming. Well, actually not, yes, naturally, but also lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of work to become the person that I am today.
Huh. Really?
But I just scratched the surface. So the fact that if you can listen to this whole video and genuinely be like, no, your life is perfect. I don't know what to tell you, like, but I really don't care what anyone thinks because a lot of attractive people that are gorgeous and hot as follow me. So do you think I give a about a bunch of like nameless PFPS list spam accounts? No!
Yeah, you do. That's why this video is so long, because you're so obviously affected by it. You want the validation of those people being like, oh, okay, I understand your problems now. This video gets simultaneously sadder and more comedic with every single passing second. Why does it not surprise me that the validation you seek comes in the form of pretty people following you, and that's what makes you feel better about yourself? I mean, are looks everything, or does personality matter? You can't have both. I mean, every other sentence you say contradicts yourself.
What are are you doing with your life? You're sitting here judging me while you're sitting on your couch doing nothing, too afraid to talk to anyone. You're on the internet, so of course you feel bold and ballsy. I'm actually putting my face out onto the internet and saying what I actually really think and allowing people to on me. That takes a lot more balls than any of those comments will ever have in their entire lifetime. So they can me all they want, because that's the most pleasure that they will ever get out of their life. While me, oh, babes, I'm going every day.
My goodness, slow down there, cowboy. Ah, yes, the impenetrable defense. Anybody who says anything against me or doesn't like me is just a couch potato who's got nothing going on in their life. That's a good one. I think you're the first person to ever use that. What a great way to deflect any sort of responsibility for the things you're saying and not deal with any of the real valid points people are making. It's bulletproof. Well, guys, what do you think? Is Bethany truly one of our strongest soldiers? Have I gone too far? Have I poked the wrong bear? Bethany, if you ever see this, I would recommend maybe looking inward. I feel like this video highlights why you might be having some of these issues you're having, and it's not because of your looks. You don't really seem like the nicest or most caring person ever, so it's not really a surprise that the people around you aren't either. Gotta remember, if everyone around you is the problem, well, then you're likely the problem. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
Subscribe.